A very unexpected guest showed up at the window one sunny afternoon. It was a young kestrel, a little hawk that was probably out practicing its flying. Learning to fly is hard work, and this little guy was clearly tired out. He landed right outside the window and just stayed there. He was so incredibly bold. He didn't seem scared of the person inside at all. It looked like he'd found a nice spot and was planning on resting for a good, long while. Looking closely, you could even spot some soft baby down still mixed in with his adult feathers. He was truly a baby bird growing up. People know kestrels as being fierce hunters and tough little birds of prey. But at that moment, sitting outside the window, this little guy just looked like he needed a break. The person inside, let's call them the window owner, gathered their courage and slowly reached out a hand towards the bird. And you know what? The young kestrel didn't try to fly away. He didn't even reject the touch. It was a total surprise. He just stood there, looking all adorable and a little unsure of what to do next. He stayed put, watching the window owner just as carefully as they were watching him. This little bird was so gentle. Since this tiny kestrel had chosen this window as his resting place, the window owner knew they had to treat him well. They decided to leave the window open just for him. They quickly cut up some pork into thin strips and offered it to him. Now, this is a truly special bird. Kestrels are actually a nationally protected species in China. That shows you just how precious a guest he was. The little kestrel dug right in and ate a ton. It was clear that all that tough flying practice had completely drained all his energy. He was tired and very, very hungry. Even after eating a good amount, he still didn't look totally full. So, the window owner cut up even more meat for him. The window stayed wide open, ready for the little bird to fly off once his tummy was full. He had such a massive appetite for such a small thing. Finally, the window owner decided that there was enough food for one day. They gently told the kestrel, "All right, time to fly out the window now and go find your mother." But the funny thing was, he didn't want to go. The food bowl was completely licked clean, every last piece of pork gone. Since he wouldn't leave, the window owner just decided to plan for the next day. "Tomorrow, I'll prepare more delicious food for you," they promised, and you won't believe it. The very next day, the little kestrel was back. He was standing below the window, looking up with his big, bold eyes. This time, the window owner had gone out and bought some chicken instead. Since he'd come back, they invited him inside again. And he actually did it. He flew right up into the room. The window owner had told him yesterday that there would be more meat, and it really felt like he had somehow understood them. Today, he ate even more than the day before. When all the chicken was gone, the window owner gave him the leftover pork. At one point, he almost slipped, and it looked nearly like he was scolding the person for giving him the pork instead. But after a little moment of fuss, he went right back to enjoying his meal. He was getting close to full. So the feeding finally stopped for the day. On the third day, the window owner was ready. They bought some tasty-looking chicken drumsticks. And just as they expected, the little kestrel was already patiently waiting outside. Once again, the window went up and the bird was welcomed inside. The window owner showed him the great food they had waiting. From that moment on, they became real friends. The little kestrel would come back almost every single day, looking for a meal. This bird, which was meant to be a fierce predator, was never once aggressive with the window owner. Even when he was busy eating, he was so cautious, as if he were afraid of accidentally biting the hand that was feeding him. It was truly an unbelievable bond. It just goes to show you that things happen in life in the most mysterious ways. The little kestrel stayed and visited for a total of 8 days. He filled those days with quiet visits, bold landings, and lots of eating. Then, one day, he just never came back. He was gone. Maybe he had finally grown strong enough, or maybe he found his family and knew it was time to move on. Sometimes, it's best for both sides to part this way. The window owner was happy to have helped him and simply wished him well. The hope was that they would both go on to live well in their own different worlds. The window owner truly hoped this little hawk would live the rest of his life safe, free, and thriving in the wild. If this sweet story of a bold little hawk touched your heart, give it a like,